Petrochemical available capacity was down over the past week, and not much is expected to change as we move into December. The Petrochemical Weekly update starts now. What a difference a couple weeks can make. In episode 12, which was released on November 16th, I talked about rising crude prices and soaring gasoline prices. And I talked about the pressure put on the Biden administration to tap into the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, or SPR, to provide some relief at the pumps ahead of the winter driving season. On Tuesday, November 23rd, the White House announced plans to make 50 million barrels of crude oil available to the market. With this announcement and other legislated drawdowns, the SPR could decline from 618 million barrels, where it stood on October 1st of this year, to 314 million barrels by the start of fiscal year 2032. Looking at the right-hand chart published by the Energy Information Administration, you can see the impact the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act is having on the SPR in fiscal years 2029 through 2031. The net effect is a drawdown of the SPR inventories by 87.6 million barrels over those 3 years. For most of November, West Texas Intermediate, or WTI, traded at an average of about $80 a barrel. From this chart, which shows the closing spot price in dollars per barrel through the month of November, you can see that both WTI, which is the blue line, and Brent crude, which is the orange line, collapsed on November 26th. At the time this blog was written, we saw that both had recovered somewhat, but not to the prices we saw earlier in the month. There are several theories about what caused the collapse in crude oil prices, including the SPR announcement, anticipation over what will come out of the upcoming OPEC meeting, and concerns about the B11529 COVID-19 variant, also known as the Omicron variant. If you're wondering how will volatility in crude oil affect petrochemicals, then the Petchem Global Market Intel Advisory, delivered by the Petrochemical Strategies Expert Network and supported by IIR Energy and powered by i2 Enabled, can help. If you have questions and want answers, ask me. You can reach out to me directly through my website or to the IIR Energy team by email. Both addresses are shown on your screen. Let's take a look at the global petrochemical capacity picture over the last week and what we can expect as we move into December. I am using the PCGMI Start of Day dashboard to look at global petrochemical feedstock consumption, as you see here, and global feedstock available capacity for ethylene, propylene, butadiene, aromatics, and pyrolysis fuel oil, as you can see from this view. Over the past week, available capacity declined in Asia due to a planned turnaround at the Jubail Petrochemical Complex in Saudi Arabia and an outage at the Jam Petrochemical Company in Iran. In Europe, the decline came from an outage at SABIC in the UK. In the rest of the world, capacity was added because of the restart at the Alexandria Petrochemical Complex in Egypt. By the end of this week, expect available capacity to be down in Asia as a result of a turnaround in India, and available capacity to be up in Europe, North and South America as capacity ramps up at Piolo Gargallo in Italy, Shell Norco, and Pampa Energy in Argentina. Let's take a look at the headlines. Nearly $3.6 billion worth of oil and gas terminal projects are on track for completion this year in North America, according to Industrial Info's Global Market Intelligence Project database. This compares with about $4.4 billion worth of completions in 2020. Earlier this month, U.S. midstream company Energy Transfer reported that it had ramped up NGL exports over the past 18 months, with substantial gains coming in the just past third quarter of 2021. Royal Dutch Shell announced that it plans to end crude oil refining at one of its largest German refineries, with the goal of transforming the site's output to low-carbon and carbon-free products. And finally, in the news, the European gas crisis continues to worsen, with prices now running at 5 times higher than last year, while a key gas transit country, Belarus, is threatening to cut supplies to the European Union over sanctions. Thank you for watching the Petrochemical Weekly Update. If you have any questions about anything you saw today, just ask me. My name is Robert Sawchuk, and I will see you next time.